see up there where that sign is, that's going to be the,
Are you going to put the sign down there?
yeah, that's where the county limit is, actually, right where I put that sign.
Really?
So I don't want to put 3 signs in that area. We'll put one kind of in front of this pole.
Is it the bird?
Yeah, the woodpeckers do that.
They do that?
Yeah. Then they'll come back in the winter and pull them out. Look at how they split that.
They jack those up, huh?
Okay, now Jose and myself are going to drive the anchor in the ground. Well, Jose's going to do most of the work. He does all the jackhammering for us. That's a little attachment that fits in the top of the anchor post, and then the gas-powered jackhammer. It's called a punjar. It'll go on top, and it will drive in the anchor. It gets a little loud, so we're just going to turn off the sound here and just narrate a little bit. Kind of a bad camera angle, you won't be able to see the anchor go in, but you could see previously how high it was. And now I'm checking it to make sure that it goes in level. And sometimes the best we can do is not quite so perfect, but we mostly get it in perfect every time. You know, you'll hit some rocks underneath the ground or something like that. It'll just take away all your momentum that's going in straight, and it'll turn it a little bit or go a little bit angle. But it's not so bad. We can then adjust the post if we have to later. Okay, now that the anchor's in the ground, what we're going to do is we're going to check it to see how straight the post will go in. It's a little piece of post that we use with the level on it, and we can check this, see if the post needs to be bent or anything before it goes in. If I do recall, this one did give us a bit of problems going in the ground. The ground was pretty hard and rocky. So sometimes, though, when you jackhammer that thing a lot and it's hitting on rocks underneath the ground, you have to file the little edges. They get a little burr in there. That's what I'm doing now. I'm filing the edges so that the post will fit into the receiver. You know, that anchor's in the ground about 30 inches, and then that post will go in about 6 or 8 inches is all that really needs to go, and that'll be anchored in solid. Okay, after checking the level on it, I've determined that it's going to have to be bent the post a little bit to go in, but it'll work out. It always does.
Okay, sometimes there's some preparation that goes into the signs. I have 2 anchors already driven in the ground, which I showed you earlier in the video. And I am now going to take 2 signs out there and install them. But before I do that, I want to get the post cut to the right length I need. And so this is a little behind the scenes on what actually goes in behind the scenes of installing a traffic sign. So I'm going to get 2 posts down, and I'm going to cut them to a predetermined length that I need. Took a class 1 barricade, and you know they have little, stripes on the side, reflecting stripes, and they're down here. Well, I moved this one up to the top. I just moved it up to the top, so when I set up my signs now, I have a little workstation out in the field, putting my signs together, a place to look at, and I can also turn the signs upside down, and they don't get messed up. So now I'm going to turn it how. Big my signs are and how much space I'm going to need. So I'm going to grab a sign. That's about how tall the signs are. I'm going to go right to there. I just put a little marker, the China marker. I love these things because you can just make all kinds of marks with it, and they're easy to work with. And I want this sign about 6 feet. Rural areas, 5 feet in rural areas, but there's a lot of high pedestrian traffic in there. I'm just going to make it about 6 feet. A little over. About 80 inches. Okay, I have a 12-foot pole. I'm going to cut 2 feet off of it. I'm out of 10 footers right now, so we're just going to have to. Here we go. I've got my already measured post ready to go out into the field. I'm throwing back up in the cage up top. I'm just going to throw a little X on that. That's where I want. So now that all leaves me to do is just load up, head out, and get ready to go. All right, let's get going. First, I'm going to get my little workstation set up. My little pre-cut post out, ready to go. Here's the anchor that was already driven in the ground within 4%. I'm going to check how square it is and make sure the post fits in first. What these posts will do, they'll fit into this anchor. We'll just drop them in. Perfect on all sides. So we get our sign down, and I'm going to get the hardware out that's going to fasten it to the post.
Go into a set point? Is there a bottom to that anchor?
The ground
The ground.
that comes up, and what we do is we have a digging bar, and we'll dig out enough dirt so it goes about 6-8 inches in the ground.
Okay.
So now if somebody hits this, with the holes on all sides, it's going to collapse the sign and leave the anchor here.
Oh, there we
Theoretically.
go. Uh-huh.
So we don't try to.
You don't need to wrap a car around it.
No. So what we try to do
Is that a curved bolt that goes in there?
yeah. What it does is it pulls it from the sides, from 2 sides.
Oh. So it locks
Now
it in
it
rather
locks-
than going like this.
Knocks it in solid.
Yeah.
I always put one of these in. It's a drive rivet.
Uh-huh. And then there's no undoing the bolts.
You can undo the bolt, but now you can't undo the rivet. I have a special tool to get those rivets out.
Huh. Gorgeous.
It's that easy. And then I have to do a little sticker on that shows the month and the year. on. 4,360 signs now in the county. Signpost.
It goes up one by one?
Yeah.
Really?
And every time I take a sign out, I reuse the number.
Okay.
And then they are put into our system.
So it clears on the spreadsheet, and then you'll slot in some
Yeah,
with that
I'll
number?
just change the number. So right now we're,
So you always know how many exactly.
yeah, probably north. So yeah, north. And I'll hit the, it must be south central. So here I'm south central,
Uh-huh.
and I just hit the point because I'm standing right by the sign. And then I put a little leak right there. I can hit. All right, well, there you have it. There's the exciting end of part 2 of the Migliavacca Wine Company litter removal and wildflower sign. So there's a little, the second part, let's recap the first part. We made the sign. The second part, we installed the sign. And then we're going to jump back to the third part, which will be the conception of the sign, making of the sign. We'll have to get that in there too. So we have more exciting episodes of this sign coming up. Will there be a part 4? We just don't know. There could be. We'll find out. Because we have to do the tracking of the sign too, all the paperwork that goes in with it. Well, it's not really paperwork. I always, old school. I'm, 61 years old. So, the new terminology these days get me. So there is no really paperwork because there is no really actually paper anymore. It's like, we just, as a society, we're just dumping paper now. Well, I guess it's all right. But we'll do the tracking of this. I guess I'll have to say we'll do the electronic tracking. Everything we do now at the county, they want to go less paper as possible. They want to go electronic. So, heck, even my paycheck anymore isn't paper anymore. It's all electronic. I don't even see a paper anymore, but that's okay. At least it keeps coming, hopefully. So anyways, let's stay tuned. And you just have to keep checking for more exciting episodes. I'm sure they'll be coming your way. You know they will. Alrighty. Catch you on the next exciting episode of Bob the Sign Man.